Hello, everyone. It's Stacy Ellis here, and I am here to talk to you about modesty as a Christian woman. And the reason why I decided to do this video is because I've seen on my feed so many videos of young women talking about modesty and what is considered to be modest when you're at the gym or walking around. And they have good intentions and their heart is in the right place. However, I'm a little bit older. um, I am in my 40s, so I've lived through, um, you know, the young age, and I've gone through the whole plethora of modesty, dressing, and not feeling to dress a certain way and things like that. And I just want to share my wisdom because it can get very toxic and very judgmental if we're not careful. There's a bug flying by. Sorry. Um, so, yes, as Christian women, we are to dress modestly and we must adorn ourselves with grace more than trying to catch the attention of men. Um, your intent is everything in terms of why you dress the way you do. And I think it's important that we keep that in perspective as we are discussing this topic. I always try to dress modestly based off of my own personal convictions on what I feel is modest and not modest. I think we get into trouble though with the fact that, like what I said, it's based off of our own personal convictions. So something to me that I feel is modest may not be modest for someone else. This shirt, for example. This shirt I feel is very modest, but some people would find that it's unmodest because it is form-fitting and tight on my body. The pants I have on are also right here, it's loose, but it's tight here. So for some people, my pants would be considered to be not modest. And so I think we need to keep that in mind that it is very subjective. And so, what is modest to you may not be modest to the next person. I have, when I was younger, we had, in school, we had dress codes of what, you're allowed and not allowed to wear when you were in school. And of course, I abided by that. And if you didn't do so, then it would have been seen as, oh, scandalous. Your shorts are a little bit too short, or, you're showing too much skin and whatnot. But I think that as the years progress, we get desensitized to certain things and it doesn't seem as, you know, unmodest, right? For instance, with shorts. When I was in school, we were only allowed to have shorts that were above the knee by 2 inches. Now, when you go to the store now and you buy shorts, there most of them are a lot shorter than that. And my husband, he is a teacher, and they now use their hand as the measure of how short. So that's a lot shorter than what it was when I was in school. Now, I am now older and I have worn clothes that when I was younger would have not been what was considered to be dress code, but I don't necessarily consider myself to be not modest when I wear those clothes, right? So again, it's all about your perspective and things like that. I think what is most important is your intent with what you're wearing and really being sensitive to the environment that you're at as well. So, for example, if I am going to the gym and I know the gym is mainly filled with men, I'm going to be mindful with what I wear. I am going to still work out right? I'm going to wear clothes that I'm able to work out in, but there might be some things that I won't wear because I know that might be a distraction. However, again, words of wisdom from a woman that has lived this life, I've learned that even when I dress what I feel is modest, I still get attention. And one thing my husband told me, he said, it doesn't matter how modest you dress. If you are a beautiful woman, you're going to get the attention of men, right? I would go with a huge t-shirt on so people can't see my body. I would wear sweatpants. And I actually would get hit on more when I would wear clothes like that than if I wore something that was a little bit more form-fitting. And I think part of it is the way you carry yourself and how intimidating you may come across. So, a woman that dresses a little bit more laid back, looser fit clothes, what we would consider quote unquote modest on the woman's level, to a man, though it does appear modest, it also may make the person seem less intimidating. And so they're more likely to go talk to them because um, they look like they are not going to be quick to say no. They look like their standards aren't as high for different things, for men, for themselves. Because obviously, if you dress frumpy, your standards are a little bit lower. And so if there's a man who they are what they consider themselves to be a lower standard men, they might feel as though they have a higher chance with you. And so they will go and they will speak. Okay. Now, compare that to a woman who, though covered up, is going to the gym. And so the way that I go to the gym now, I have no problem with showing some skin. It's the amount of skin that I will show. So I might wear a tank top, right? I don't do spaghetti straps, just because I feel like they look cheap. But I might do a tank top. I might do one of those sports bras that go down lower. So I might have just a tiny bit of skin down at the bottom that shows. And then I might pair that with some shorts, but the shorts, for me, again, it's about the amount of skin that's shown. It might be a little bit longer, right? Longer pair of shorts, or I might pair it with some leggings. Okay. Everything is form fitting that I'm wearing. And so some of you would say that is not modest. I can't believe you're wearing that. But I'm not wearing one of those shirts and then shorts that are super short. Why? Because that is way too much skin. And that can come across to me as very, very showy. Like it goes to another level. The way that I dress, it looks like if I went to a Pilates class. I can look classy still, right? It's the way you put it together. Like, if you're looking in a magazine that's not considered to be a, a ratchet magazine and you see women working out, right? Like Women's Health magazine, right? They're wearing sports bras and leggings and things like that. But when we look at them, we don't automatically think sex, 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 right? Like it's just a look. And some of these women, when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's a very cute outfit. They look very classy in that outfit. You might not say classy, but there's something about their outfit that looks like, okay, this actually looks good. As opposed to if I wore booty shorts and then like my sports bra goes super high up. Obviously, I'm exposing a lot, right? And I'm a curvy girl on the bottom. That would look very voluptuous, right? So it's not necessarily about for me, and where I'm at. It's not about how tight the clothes are or if you're showing skin or not. the amount of skin that's shown and how you come across. Do you come across as though you are sophisticated? Do you come across as though you are someone of higher standards? Because when I wear clothes where I look fashionable, when I look like I'm serious and that when I try to look, I try to come um I know that I'm beautiful. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I know that I'm beautiful. Okay. And so no matter what, whether I dress frumpy or not, I have beauty to me. I know that. And so I try to display that beauty in a graceful way, right? I don't want it to come across as though I look trashy. I wanted it to come across as though I look classy and put together, right? I'm not doing it to get attention. What draws attention is if I am extra frumpy. I actually get more attention. What draws more attention is if I have the super short shorts and exposing a lot, or if I have a thing that's in style now is the where it's like bunched in at the butt on the. I don't want that type of attention, right? Um, but I want to carry myself when I walk in. I want people to see, like, okay, this is a serious woman. She has some standards. She has this aura about herself, right? I don't want to walk in and people look at me as though I don't care. I don't want to walk in and people look at me as though yeah, I don't care in any regard. I don't care if you look at me because I'm showing it all. I don't care if you, I don't care in the essence of, I don't care how I look. No, I do care. I want to be a good display of God's glory and grace, right? Which also means being in style. Now, I'm not saying I'm going around purposely trying to show it all. No, a little like I'm okay with a little bit of skin. And why do I say that? So I am someone that loves to read historical documents, and I had gone through a time where I was having some issues because like if you were to go swimming, right? There's no swimming attire that you can wear that's like regular swimsuits that doesn't show your body, right? I could do a one piece, which I have no problems with one piece. But the parts of my body that's over sexualized is my lower half. I'm curvy on the lower half of me. Okay, so that's the part that if it draws attention, it's the lower half. My upper half, I'm small chested, my arms aren't that big, like it's just, it's the lower half. And so your bathing suits, even if I were to wear like um boy shorts, it would draw attention, right? Um, they have one pieces that are like, for surfers, full bodysuit. It still would draw attention. No matter what outfit I would wear, when you get in the water, even if it's like baggy clothes, if I wear like a t-shirt and some shorts, I get in the water and come out, guess what? The water's gonna make my figure and it's gonna draw attention. Okay. And so I was thinking about all this, and so you could say, well, just don't go swimming. Why would that doesn't even there's nothing ungodly about swimming. Swimming itself, there's nothing wrong with it. But I started to think because I had people say stuff to me, well, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't wear a bikini, there's certain bathing suits you should not wear. And I agree, there's certain bathing suits that's not appropriate for any woman to wear. I most certainly agree with that. I do not like going to the pool or the beach and I see women with their butts hanging out. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't like most of the bathing suits that are in style now that are like going like this so you see their butt. Like most women their butt's not in shape and I don't want to see all that, personally. Um, so yes, I agree that we should cover certain things. Yes. But I had going back to what I was saying, I was reading an old ancient document of a tribe in Africa. It's a Christian tribe. They were very serious about the Bible, very serious about God, and their attire, they were pretty much almost naked walking around. And so will we say to these people that you're unmodest, like you're walking around? That was their norm. They were doing this. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't being over sexualized or anything like that. That was the norm. And that made me start thinking like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's about the culture. What does the culture accept? Um, and then I'm half German, and in Germany, they are not as modest as they are here. They have spas, nude spas. I remember visiting because I'll visit ever so often. And whenever I go, like if you go to a hotel that's in a town and they have windows, it is very common for those windows to be open, those blinds to be open, and people are changing, and you can see it all. And they don't care. It's not a big deal, and that's part of the culture. People don't, it's not a sexual thing. Um, Now here we're more modest. I'm not gonna go and have my windows open and change and let everybody see everything. I wouldn't even do that in Germany because I was raised American. I'm not, not that everyone in Germany does that, but um, for me, that's a little too extreme. But here in America, you can see, like what I stated earlier about the dress codes, there has been changes throughout history on what was considered to be modest versus not modest. And so, it really what it boils down to is how you present yourself. You go to, you look on at any award show and the women and the dresses that they wear, right? There's some dresses you look at it and you're like, that is definitely not modest. You automatically can catch it right then and there. You look at it, that's not modest. Maybe they're showing way too much skin. They look pretty much naked, right? That's not modest. But then you have other women who have dresses that it might be the same exact cut, but they use a different fabric, right? And maybe they're showing their shoulders and their back. But we don't say that that's not modest. We say that they look classy. Why? Because they're carrying themselves a certain way. And there's a level of skin that they're showing in proportion to what they're not showing. And that's what I think makes the huge difference between, at least in our society here in America, is the amount of skin that's being shown and not shown, right? If I do have booty shorts, okay? I have some super short shorts and I'll wear them sometimes. But I will never wear those super short shorts with a shirt that shows my stomach at the same time or my upper body at the same time because that would be way too much skin, right? But if I wore them, so let's say, going back to the gym, if I wore shorts that are like super short, right? And that could be, you know, I don't know. You can't see my or I guess okay, here we go. Like let's say I have shorts, so you can't tell still. Let's say they're to here, right? When they go across. That's pretty short, right? I am not gonna wear something that shows my stomach. It's not. It's gonna cover. It's gonna be fully covered. Like normally, if I do that, I'm wearing a t-shirt. So the skin that I'm showing is the legs, but then everything else, like it's a big t-shirt or it's a size small t-shirt because I'm size small, right? Um, so for me, I proportion the amount of skin that's shown. Now there's some women that are like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym modestly, and I've seen this girl wear an oversized t-shirt with her booty shorts. And so when she walks around, it looks like she's wearing an oversized t-shirt and she probably might have underwear underneath as though she is wearing her boyfriend's t-shirt and about to go to bed. For men, to you, you might feel as though that's modest, but for a man, that might be more like, oh, like that's considered sexy because she's wearing an oversized t-shirt. That's a man's t-shirt. And that's something that can be sexualized about going to bed wearing a man's shirt, right? So again, you might be covering a lot, but now that it's oversized, it moves to the level of unmodest, right? And so it's all about how it looks and how you carry yourself. So I have this outfit on right now. Okay, I guess I'll stand up. Okay, nothing special about this outfit. I wore this because I'm home. I still want to look cute when I'm at home. Nothing special about this outfit, right? But it is tight. Okay, you can see my butt, right? It's tight. It's form fitting, but I don't think I look not modest. I feel like I look very modest in this outfit still. Somebody else might look at it and say she is showing too much. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone has their own perspective. It needs to be based off of your own convictions, where God is putting you at right here and now in your walk with Him. Okay. All these videos of people saying what you should and should not wear, don't wear this, don't have your stomach show. There's some cultures, like in India, where they wear shirts and they show their stomach. And when you see what they're wearing, they don't look like they're not modest, right? So, like all these ideas, like showing your shoulders, not showing your shoulders, showing your ankle. That was a thing for a while. Like you shouldn't show your ankles, and they kept getting higher and higher. And they were like, "Ooh, that's more scandalous." Like it depends on your culture. It depends on your culture. Okay. Now, again, I was getting frustrated myself because as you saw as I stood up, I'm a curvy woman. Okay. I No matter what I wear, I have a butt. If I try to hide it, it still will pop out some. Okay. So there's certain features like some women have big boobs, right? They can cover it all they want. It's still going to be out there, right? I could try to cover my butt all I want. I could wear baggy pants. I could wear a skirt that goes out. My butt's still there, right? It's still there. There are certain features that God has given each and every one of us that have been over sexualized. So the breast and the butt in particular are two areas that have been over sexualized. And so no matter what I do, it's going to look a certain way, right? I am mindful of it, particularly of my butt. I'm very mindful of. And so I know I have to wear things a certain way so that way it doesn't come across in our culture as me trying to be unmodest, right? There's a difference between when I wear super short shorts and a white woman that has no butt, right? She could wear it and people aren't going to look and be like, ooh, look at her. But when I wear it, like even these pants, I already know. So when I wear these, right now it looks fine, right? I know what I have, so I'm showing, right? A white woman wearing this, it's not going to be as big. But when I wear it, it already looks a little bit over sexualized, right? And so I'm aware of that, okay? I can't change the fact that I have a butt. But yes, it does come across as though I'm being not modest. But if another woman wears it, maybe the same height, just the only difference is maybe she just doesn't have a butt, she doesn't seem like she's not modest. That's another thing to keep in perspective too. Um, so yeah. Um, so again, I'm in my 40s. I've gone through this. Okay, I've gone through like, should I wear a bathing suit? Should I show my stomach? Should I wear tight clothes? Should I wear short shorts? Should I wear a short skirt? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? And there comes a point where you're like, I will wear what makes me look good, that will present the glory of God in such a way that makes Like I don't want to be a hindrance. Like there's certain things that might be appropriate to wear out, at a park, at, you know, a museum, on a date, that I will not wear in church, right? There's certain things I will not wear in church no matter what, because it's just the culture in the church is very, very conservative, right? But if I walk around day in and day out, it's not seen as a big deal. Even if I see people from my church, right? Like I had some of my friends come over during the summer. I had shorts on, right? I may not wear that at church, right? But it was fine when they came to my house. And I did not look like I was a hoochie mama or anything like that, right? So there's a lot of elements that goes into what is considered to be modest and not modest, the environment, the culture, your body type, all these things. Ultimately, you just need to be aware of where you are, aware who you are, understand if you might be a stumbling block, right? Um, so, going back to the gym situation, because I think that's like the biggest one that I've been seeing is people say, don't wear this in the gym and all that. My number one concern when I go to the gym is to work out, to get in and get out, and to perform my best. I'm a ballet dancer. In ballet class, I wear tights and a leotard. Okay. So I get used to the fact that you can see my legs, you can see my body because everything is tight, right? I know the difference when I wear tights versus when I wear pants in my dance class. I can't move, right? So when I go to the gym, I purposely wear certain clothes depending on what workout I'm doing. I care more about my workout than, dressing super, super conservative and then not being able to move and that's being a problem, right? I still will dress conservatively, right? By my standards. Of course, like what I stated earlier, the level of skin, in my opinion, is what makes the difference of whether something is modest or not. You can disagree with me all you want. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I think of some people now off the top of my head that are Christians. If I saw them in the gym and they have a sports bra on and leggings, I would not think that they are scandalous and immoral or anything like that, in my opinion. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think that. Okay. You may think that. I don't. Okay. But I want to be able to move. Okay. And I am very much aware of the menstrual cycle. There's certain times of the month that we have a hard time managing our heat, right? And we can get overheated. And so, yeah, during that time when my temperature's higher, I'm not wearing long sleeves. I'm not wearing a sweatshirt or like I'm trying to wear where I know I can dissipate that heat, right? So, yes, I'm showing my arms. Yes, I'm I'm okay with my back being exposed. If this part is exposed, if it's covered, or if my back is covered while I'm working out during that time of the month, I am hot and then I feel horrible. And so I purposely will wear stuff where I know it's going to be a little bit lower, so that way I have the ability to cool down, right? Um, it's not about modesty, it's about health at that point because I can get overheated and that has happened and I will get sick and literally can't move. Um, and so part of it is, I think, too, like what I said before, if you are a beautiful woman, you're going to be a distraction to men no matter what. And I know that that's the case for me. It doesn't matter. I know I'm a beautiful woman, and especially where I live, there's a lot of black men. A lot of black men like light-skinned women, which I wish, that stereotype wasn't a thing, but it is a thing. And so I know I'm a distraction. I just know. Okay? I'm aware of it. Okay? I There's nothing I can do. I literally have tried it for years. It doesn't matter. Okay? I'm a distraction to them just being in existence. Okay? That's their problem at that point. Okay? Now, if I'm purposely wearing something for their attention, then it's a problem. The other thing is, what does your spouse say? My husband had to go through a period of time where he was like, "What is modesty?" And he was trying to get me to dress a certain way. And then he realized that, okay, she's right. She's getting attention even when she's dressing modestly, right? And so he trusts me and he lets me go to the gym the way that I feel comfortable. And, I don't go too far with it. I've never gone too far with it. Um, Now, I would prefer to go to a gym that's just women. That way I can work out in peace. I can wear what I know I can wear that will make me perform my best and not have to worry about any men stumbling. I definitely would prefer that. Like, I love when I work out here because I can wear my sports bra, I can wear short shorts. That's how I would prefer to work out. But I know I can't do that in the gym because I understand that that would be a stumbling block to a lot of men. So I keep my top a little bit longer or I keep my bottoms a little bit longer. But I know I perform best when I have air because I get hot, right? So, anyways, I know that's a long explanation. It varies. Modesty varies. So, women, I'm not trying to give you an excuse to dress unmodestly. You need to go through this yourself to figure out what is modest for you. Part of it's your ability to carry yourself. If you are insecure and you're wearing certain things and you are insecure, like it comes across and you will come across as more sexualized and all that. I always try to be classy. That's my goal. I want this aura around me of classiness. Now, am I classy in your eyes? I don't really care if you feel that I'm classy or not, but that's my goal. Okay. And so with my attire, I use that as a decision for what I wear. And it is for the glory of God. I do not want what I wear to be a deterrent for anyone to stumble. I don't want it to affect my witness in any way either. But all I can do is what I can do. There's scriptures saying women don't wear jewelry, don't wear braids in your hair, but then there's scriptures that talk about jewelry and all that. So it gets complicated. It's all about your intent. It's all about why you do it. And, be mindful of those who are around you. We live in a place where it's very worldly. And so, you know, finding that edge so that way you're not too far into the world, right? Um, but then if you're too covered, that in itself also is a distraction, right? So finding that balance between the two. So, all right. I want to hear down below. Do you agree with me? Do you think that maybe me even standing up in this video was like, oh my goodness, Stacey, I can't believe you just did that. That's not appropriate for you to have done that. That's fine. I want to know, do you agree with me or do you think that women need to be a little bit more covered up? Do we need to change up our attire? Let me know down below. I would be so happy to hear from you. And if you have other topics that you want me to address regarding being a woman of God, marriage, things like that, let me know. I have years of experience I hope to bring to help. I know I'm not super old, but I want to help those that are new to the faith or young in their walk. So that way they are not confused and going through things that they don't need to. All right. Love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.